Your hair is still crooked.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get any better. I did see a picture the other day, and it was crooked then. So
Free
I don't know.
facelift. Free facelift, just on one
it was
corner, though.
pre-surgery. It was crooked. Just never noticed. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Mark.
How are you?
I am great. I think we both raced home for lunch to be able to record this very special episode.
I raced upstairs. It's our spring break, so I was working from home today and had a nice opportunity to take Guppy for a walk outside, which was wonderful.
How are Guppy's 9 toes?
Guppy's 9 toes are terrific. She's just Guppy. She saw her longtime friend today on the walk, Coco.
Those are the best dog walks.
They are.
The best dog walks.
So welcome back. We haven't recorded anything recently, but this is our special kind of ACPE pre-conference episode. And we have a lot to get through today kind of quickly. We're in a little bit more of a rush because some people need to catch flights and other people just have a packed schedule. So Rachel, do you want to kick things off?
I do. We want to welcome Courtney White to the stage.
There she is.
Guys.
Hi, Courtney. Hello.
How are you guys today?
Good, thanks.
It's been a long time since we've seen you.
I know, at least a few weeks, right?
Just a few.
Yes. And it's good to have you here on the podcast. We have so many districts in ACPE land that are big Incident IQ fans.
Yes. Thank you
It's
so much
true.
for having me. Really excited to support you guys in this effort and excited for ACPE.
Yeah, we're at counting days now. So, Courtney, you've listened to a couple podcasts, or you've had Marc tell you all about how the podcast episodes go if you haven't listened to them.
Yes.
But what we want to do is just turn this stage over to you to introduce yourself, talk a little bit about Incident IQ, and anything else that you want us and our listeners to hear.
Fantastic. Yes. Again, thanks for having me. My name is Courtney White. I'm the National District Relationships Manager for Incident IQ. What that means is that I'm an advocate for the districts that I work with all over the country. I was an educator in Texas for 17 years and wore a lot of the different hats. I taught ELA. I was an ELAR coordinator. I coached 3 sports, ran a middle school athletics department, even drove a bus on occasion when we were short on drivers. I understand the chaos of education, and I think that was one of my draws to Incident IQ. For those people that don't know about us, we were founded and launched in 2017 based on the needs of 5 Atlanta area school districts. And our founder was on the school board, had a very successful device services company. And when his term was up, the technology director came to him and said, "You have the means, we have a need. We want you to build this system specifically for kids." And so Incident IQ launched with IT ticketing and assets, as I mentioned, in 2017. And it was extremely exciting because there was SIS integrations and SSO and, how many businesses do you have that hand out thousands of devices and say, good luck, let's bring these back unscathed. And I taught middle school. So, there was always breakage rates across the board. But we became so popular with the IT side that they said, hey, we really need something for our facilities. We've got to replace these old work order systems. We've got to maintain assets and keep up with all the preventative maintenance. So we continued to evolve, adding in that facilities piece, now offering event management internally and externally, resource manager, which always spoke to my ELA heart because I managed all the textbooks and materials for the English departments, and then HRSD for onboarding, offboarding. As you mentioned, we have quite a few customers in the Pacific Northwest. So we're really excited to be coming back. This will be my 3rd year attending ACPE. And I have to say, it is, of all the places I travel in the country, one of the most breathtaking. And it's a conference that I really look forward to every year. So yeah, it's really exciting to have that opportunity. We are actually presenting at the conference with 5 customers. We've got Val Nelson from North Shore, Leanne Scherer from North Clackamas, Mac from Beaverton. I'd say his full name, but he never goes by Kevin, so no one would know who he was. Just Mac. Chris Martin from Lake Stevens, and then Katie Luxan from Highline Public Schools.
Oh my gosh.
So
Courtney, sorry to interrupt.
Stellar.
That's a power panel.
I know. I'm so excited. They're all 5 just amazing leaders in the space. So really excited to sit down and have a conversation. We're following along with that Ted Lasso theme, BelieveIT. So the topic is scaling K-12 IT impact through unified workflow systems. It'll be a very open discussion. So we'll allow the audience to ask questions. We've got some great speaking points that they're going to highlight, and some of the things that they've done creatively with the system to really maximize the use of it. So that'll be on Wednesday. And then we're going to be a gold sponsor again this year. So Wednesday night, start off the party with everybody coming in and having a good time and just setting the tone for the rest of the show.
Courtney, one of the things I've heard about Incident IQ so many times, that piece that you touched on where kind of with a couple clicks, you can actually see the spider or the footprint or the map, right, of a person, of a device, of a service, instead of having to go to silos. It comes through in all of the conversations when I'm listening in hallways or when I'm, keeping track of things in Discord. It seems like Incident IQ came to this space doing something in a pretty different way than the products that were in place in the early 2010s.
1,000%. So we only service K-12, and it's because we know that there's such a unique and important need there. And I use these two words all the time: visibility and accountability. You get the visibility across the board, whether it's on your users, your assets, or on how your service desk is managing all of that. And it really opens up the conversations of how can we be more efficient? How can we be mindful of where we're spending money? Where do we need more areas of training? So you have that streamline kind of across the board.
Yeah. Marc, you're muted.
All right. So we can cut that part out.
This is like $1 million
Welcome back.
episode. I am so excited that I got to say, Marc, you're muted.
I never mute. Anyway, we can cut this out. Cut that.
No, you always say those on the things that you want us to cut out.
Right. My question is, well, now it ruined my joke. It was, do you still have your CDL and can you come drive a bus for us?
I do not have my CDL. As soon as I left education in 2019, that was one of the first things I did was take that off my license. I might have a little bit of a heavy foot because in Texas we have 85-mile-an-hour speed limits. I didn't need that extra. So no, sorry, I can't drive a bus for you this time, Marc.
But I do have an observation to make. I have met with Incident IQ a couple of times at a different event, and in the Olympia School District, we went a different route. We went with a different ticketing system, but you asked me the question, why? And we are lucky enough to have some developers on staff who can integrate with our ticketing system. And your folks said that makes complete sense. We're built to integrate out of the box. If you don't have somebody who's actually got the skill level to do that, we are the solution for them. We have all the pre-built pathways, and we've done the work for you ahead of time, which makes a ton of sense. I think for the vast majority of school districts, that makes a lot of sense. So that was a very, very compelling argument. Had we not already been in our space where we chose our platform based on our ability to get in the back end, I think that would have been kind of a no-brainer choice right there.
Yeah.
For sure. We do have a lot of districts that are really lucky to have programmers, and they've developed some amazing systems, and we support that. Kudos to you. I do think it's really interesting as we look through all of our built out of the box integrations and how much that's alleviating those programmers to maybe do some different things.
Thank you for that, Courtney. And Courtney, we are super fortunate that you're joining us as you're also trying to catch a flight. So I think we could ask you 27 more questions, but really are excited to see you at Scamania. Thanks to you and Incident IQ for your sponsorship here on this episode, and also as a longtime ACPE partner. That panel.
I know. Power panel.
It's a good
for
one.
Real.
Yes. And we have somebody in backstage who's related to one of that panel. Well, related by work.
Yes.
Related by work. So Steve Langford, here's your 10-second warning that we're going to bring you on stage now. And you can tell us all the secrets about Mac.
Yeah, let's have the Mac secrets.
So Steve, we also have another special guest backstage, but we wanted to chat with you first about this year of being president and getting to craft the theme, Believe It, some ideas that you put into this effort, celebrating the professionalism of our work.
And the theme really rings true for me. I was recently asked why I do this. And, it's a great question because I think all of us, we're always asked the question all the time, why don't you go to the private side? Or why don't you go do this where you can make twice as much money? And I said, because I believe in the mission. I believe in what I do. And the reason why we do it is for children and, to provide. And that's why I do it. I believe. And so your theme it really hit close to home for me because I did just recently have that conversation with somebody kind of thinking, isn't that what we all believe? Isn't that why we're all here?
Absolutely. I'll bring Matt to the stage. And hello, Matt. Glad to have you here with us today.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for choosing me. I feel like an airline sometimes. Like of all the airlines you can choose to fly, thanks for picking this one.
Well, we've gotten little teasers, so we're all very excited. But I have not had a chance to read or learn more about you, Matt. Will you tell us just a little bit about how you came to the things you're thinking and sharing, and what brings you joy as you do this work?
That's a great question. Yeah. I mean, without giving away everything, because people need to come to this event and and hear it there firsthand. But yeah, I came to mattering, if you will, and not the prettiest of ways, if you will. I worked in the music industry for a long time at a very senior level and kind of hit a rock bottom, struggling with mental health, anxiety, depression. And I realized that everything that I thought mattered, everything that I had achieved or defined as success, ultimately wasn't success. And so I went through a journey of trying to find my mattering again and my purpose again, which led me to write a book in 2000. And then that book kind of took off. And it turns out that the world wanted more mattering as well. And so it became a for-profit company first, and we were selling programs into schools, a school curriculum nationwide, and also we're doing corporate programs. And then I started to think about and to see mattering in kind of a different light, that I wanted to take it on as like a cause, as we solve for whether that's famine or clean water or shelter or illness, whatever we have these amazing nonprofits solving for. I decided that if we solved for everything but still didn't know why we mattered, had we really finished the race? And to me, the answer was no. So today, and for the past 16 years, EMM has been a nonprofit organization and that I work for. And our mission is to create a world where everyone embraces how much and why they matter. And so we have programming in schools nationwide. We're in all 50 states with a free K-12 curriculum, helping our students embrace how much they matter to themselves, to each other, to their schools, to their families and communities. We have a corporate program helping companies with their work cultures, employee engagement issues. And then our newest program is we are in senior living communities because we have a senior population that doesn't feel like they matter anymore in our country. And I don't think that's how any senior or any human should finish their life. So that is my day job, is I run this nonprofit organization. In my free time, I've written 4 more books. So that's kept me busy. And I do a lot of keynote speaking and a lot of traveling.
Well, thank you. That sounds fascinating. That I am just kind of curious, and maybe it's sorry, what portion of the music industry were you in? I don't know if you get into that in your keynote, but it is a curiosity of mine.
Yeah. I started in artist management. I was managing bands here in Los Angeles. And then I ended up getting hired by Robert Kardashian and the Kardashian family and worked for them because Robert had a music marketing company and I became a senior vice president of his company. So it was a great 10-year run. I loved parts of it. I hated parts of it. But to me, the art of music, and maybe that's the part that intrigues you a little bit, Mark. It's spending time in recording studios with artists, with really talented artists, is some of the most special, sacred moments I've had. You know, watching them do. I don't have a musical lick in my body, man. So watching them do what they do and was some really special moments for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Matt, the name of this podcast is Plugged In. And while sometimes we're stuck on shows, especially Paradise, which is a current series that Mark and I both like a lot, but we often talk about music and the art of music, the business of music, just the music that we love and that's informed our lives. And so you were apparently, part of a decade of our life, making sure that the good music made it to our ears and our headphones.
Yes, I guess in some ways I did, for sure. And I happened to pick my favorites during the time, and I would get them extra promotion that maybe they weren't paying for because I just felt their music should be heard more. So
that's fantastic. That's fantastic. And so in your work in this, essentially like people finding value and their ways that they matter.
Yep.
Are there have you done some are there tie-ins to your music past? Are there, the element that music can play, or did they fork in that moment in your life? when?
They forked for sure because I needed to take my life in a new direction. And that wasn't easy. I mean, that meant a lot of professional, personal relationships even, had to go away. I mean, changes had to be made. I took full responsibility for getting myself into that dark place that I got to because it was the choices that I made. And I realized that I had to make other choices in order for me to go a new direction. So I owned it, right? But actually, my new book is coming out in a month, and I have a story in there that I wrote about, and it's just, I guess it's only when you're going to write a book that you take the time to really reflect and kind of go to these moments. And I realized that music was always a part of my life in a very interesting way, because I remember, and I'm old enough to remember when the European artists did Do They Know It's Christmas?
Yes.
Mhm.
And I remember getting that VHS tape, and I watched that thing hundreds of times. And because I saw how people can come together through music to literally change the world. And then fast forward a few more years, I remember my first ever U2 concert, and it was the original Joshua Tree concert. And I remember being in the Oakland Coliseum, outdoor stadium. And it was a spiritual moment like I've never seen before. I mean, people in the nosebleeds, the very top seats, singing every word. And again, I saw music bring people together in a way when all the dark and all the stuff about humans and humanity that are not our best look seems to go away in those moments. And somehow then that leaned over into sports for me as well, because my first job out of college was with Mars, and Snickers was the sponsor for World Cup.
That's right.
And so I got to work all the World Cup matches as well. So there's something about, whether it's music or sports, to see it break down so many of the walls and to bring us together. And I think all of that is part of what inspired me to even create Every Monday Matters. That I thought, can I create a movement around mattering that brought us together, that helped us value ourselves more, helped us value each other more, helped us value this planet that we live on more. So one day, will there be like an Every Monday Matters concert? I think there will be. I think that I'll end up partnering with a major band and doing something super cool.
Please contact me.
I was going to say,
I will.
Mark and I will
Yeah.
be there, and we
Yes.
will
Please
be your
contact me.
podcast sponsor. We'll
That
flip
would be
it.
amazing. Yes,
Mhm.
I would love to do something like that.
Yes.
And I still have a lot of friends in music here that are in great bands, and they're great humans. And so I think that there's possibility for something like that.
Awesome. That
Matt,
was amazing.
You're touching on, do they know it's Christmas? I feel like we're back in a moment like that globally, right? And so when you said that, I thought, ooh, but tying it back to the work that you're doing, and then what you'll invite us in with you on your talk at ACPE, it is a heavy time right now. The uncertainty and the global and the geopolitics layered with national politics and budgets and gas prices and all of the things.
Yeah.
This is the work that is now your domain, that like finding your through lines, and whether it's music, sports, reading, friends, being together, celebrating. It's one of the things that we love best about ACPE is that we're together in the same room when usually we're like on digital tools with
That's
each
right.
other. And so thanks for bringing that Do They Know It's Christmas back into this, because it really feels meaningful for this day we sit in today.
It does. And it's hard. As the founder of a nonprofit organization, I get asked the question all the time, like, what does success look like for you? And my answer is always going out of business. Because if we've solved for the mission, then the work is done and we have no more work to do. Unfortunately, that's not how things are going when it comes to mattering and honoring each other as human beings and all the parts of it. I talk about the weight of work, and I also talk about the weight of the world quite a bit. And the weight of both of those are crushing, And so it's interesting, as a keynote speaker, a lot of times companies will say, well, why does mattering matter at work? And they see it as soft, if you will. And I don't see it that way. I think there is an absolute mandate on corporate America to start making sure that your people know how much and why they matter.
Mhm.
And with AI rolling in, it's going to get harder and harder for them to feel like they do. And I think there's going to be a humanitarian crisis at work. I think that people are going to go through such a dark struggle over these next few years unless we decide to do something about it. And so, that's why I'm excited to be at this conference. I mean, number one, we've been in education now for, 15 years. We serve over 4 million students and 50,000 educators. So I have a heart for the space, but also it's the ones that you don't think about that don't get the credit they deserve. The people coming to this conference, I mean, Steve talked about it. Like our schools can't run without this tech, but certainly the tech people are not getting the praise. They probably often feel like they don't matter. They feel unseen and unheard and unappreciated. And so for me, I love going into those spaces because I just want to talk straight to their hearts and truly lift them and to believe in themselves, to believe in the work matters, to show up every day knowing that they're having an impact, that things don't work without them. And sometimes, we forget about certain folks and we can't. I'm seeing this everywhere I go, no matter the industry. People are just thirsting for connection. And obviously loneliness has now become an epidemic and, on a global scale. And so to come together to celebrate each other, to hug, to laugh, to shed a tear, maybe, like all that's going to happen in my 60 minutes. So get ready to smile and bring your Kleenex because you might need both.
Perfect. Well, and I think that really speaks to what our organization is. I was in one of our cabinet meetings, and we currently have a travel freeze in place because of budgets. And we were making, and even our superintendent made a profound statement saying people don't get to stop having professional development. Going to a conference is good for people because it feels good. It allows you to connect and get those connections outside of your district. And that's one thing that our organization does really well. We provide a lot of connection, a lot of inter-district relationships. Just for an example, Rachel and then a couple of other tech directors and myself are in a Wordle group. You would probably not see that in other departments in school districts, but it's because of our conference. It's just the way that we work. So I'm very excited for this message. I think our attendees are very excited. We'll be very excited for this message too. And I love that you gave some background to who you are because it frames your message. I don't know how much you were planning on doing that in the keynote, but that obviously just paints the background for everything that you're going to say. So thank you for that.
That's right. Yeah. I share my story throughout the keynote, but then I want people to experience mattering. I'm not a keynote speaker that's going to talk at you for 60 minutes. I don't think people want that anymore. And I might have 12 slides or something max. I'm going to tell a story and then I'm going to go into our framework, which is called the Mattering Mindset. And I'm going to show them how this framework can transform individual lives, teams, work, families, communities. And really my new book that comes out May 5th, Make It Matter, is really unpacking that mindset framework. And so I'm going to show people under the hood a little bit that this is how we design transformation at Every Monday Matters for individuals and for ecosystems. And so they'll walk away with some real actionable framework stuff and a very full heart. And so it's kind of a combination of the two during my session.
I love that because as we've been talking about, we're technology professionals in this organization and at this conference, but many of the people there are actually in leadership. So we are supporting teams and want to make sure that our teams feel like they matter. I chuckled when you were introducing the work that you do, and you said that some leaders in businesses and corporations or wherever, they're like, why does mattering matter? And I'm like, I would like to take away their CEO card if they have to ask you that.
Yeah, too soft, really?
Yeah.
But yeah, that idea of it does matter. And Steve, Marc, and I are of a certain age, and we've been doing this for a while and have found some of our places and spaces to support belonging and making sure that our teams feel heard and seen. But we also have new leaders in our midst. We have people who want to become leaders. I'm really eager to hear more. Do a lot of the things that you've learned working in schools for these number of years, do they translate? How much is global versus how much is industry or like age specific?
That's such a great question because my answer is not typically the answer that people want to hear, whether that's my book publishers or whether that's a company looking to hire me. I mean, it's all human, right? And so there are humans that work in tech, and there's humans that work in pharma, and there's humans that work in school. And as far as I can tell, a lot of us experience the same things, no matter where we work. Maybe differences in ages, obviously, there's some difference there. So I'm more and more going to this place of, even when I'm talking to corporate clients or to speaker bureaus, to say, listen, man, I have one story and I have one framework. And for 20 years, I've taken this everywhere. So I'm not going to pretend I have 5 different keynote talks because I have one, and I know how to nuance it to industries. I understand how industries are different. The needs are, the challenges are, the tensions and the pressures. I get all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm on a mission to create a world where everyone knows how much they matter. And I actually have a way that works to do it. And so if that's what you want, hire me. If you don't, then get the next person.
Excellent answer. A+.
Yeah.
Steve, I think you locked in pretty fast, and I understand now why. I agree.
Okay.
Hey, Mark. Now
Yes.
I see that this has been on my mind the entire time we've been having this conversation, everyone. Okay, I see that you've done something fun with your name, and I'm trying to remember the word to define that names that are the same forward and backward.
A palindrome?
Palindrome. Thank you. It was driving me nuts.
So there's a little story behind this, and we'll get into this later in the podcast. But our usual DJ not DJ Joe does an amazing job during our fun social time, but our late night, we've been lovingly calling it the Treehouse Rave, the ACPE Rave. I am not accomplished on the turntables at all, but I can play. And so our usual DJ for that is not coming this year. So I'm next up and I will be DJing. But we have an employee in our school district who is one of the longest employees and has been there since he was 18. And he is fascinated with palindromes. And so he has a whole memorized list of palindromes. And I said, hey, Julian is his name. I said, my name is a palindrome too. And he said, how is your name a palindrome? And I said, Mark I Cram. And that is in his repertoire now of every time he sees me, he says, Mark I Cram. And it comes out like that. And it was quickly determined that if I ever did DJ, that's my DJ name is Mark I Cram.
Yeah. Good job, Julian.
Sorry,
Good
long
job,
story.
Julian. Yep. That was perfect.
I asked.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all great.
I love palindromes also. And I know that we're nearing time for a couple of us here. And I just want to note that as I've known Steve so long, and Matt, we're going to be so excited to welcome you to the lodge and to meet all of our folks. And at the beginning, as we were talking, you have a board that looks more like a scientist's board, right? Or a business process mapping board. But you have a word up there that is mind shift. It would be over your right shoulder. And I have to admit that when I first glanced at it at the beginning, I thought it said mischief. And I thought Steve and Matt were like a natural couple from the time that the two of you met, because it pretty much encapsulates what Steve would hope for. A little bit of mischief, a whole bunch of meaning and mattering. And that idea of mischief and mattering now is stuck in my brain.
There will be both.
Agree.
Thank you so much, you all. I really appreciate you. And let's transform some lives here. Let's do some good work together. And I can't wait to be at this beautiful lodge, by the way, that I looked
Gorgeous.
up. And the
pretty
view and the Bridge of God. Is that what it's called? I have to cross over?
Bridge of Gods. Yeah.
The Bridge of the Gods. Yes.
I mean, let's
I know.
go.
I know.
Okay.
We live in this remarkable little corner of the world.
It is amazing.
Matt, do you have a website, or do you want to share one of your books that is most related to the work?
Sure. Well, my website is MatthewEmerzian.com. It's MatthewEmerzian.com. Every Monday Matters is the nonprofit. I mean, if there's any educators that are looking for free curriculum, like hundreds and hundreds of hours of it, go get it, sign up. You can't put a credit card in. The fun part for me, I should say, is my new book comes out May 5th. So literally, 2 days before? Or a day before? Yeah, 2 days before. So the book is called Make It Matter: Unlocking Human Potential Through the Mattering Mindset. And I'm going to come with some books. And if people want to get a book and get it signed, I'm happy to do so. But it's a big week for me. I mean,
That's a big
fifth
week.
book is coming out May 5th. And
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
it's on Amazon now if anyone wants to pre-buy it.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you for that, Matt. Thank you for your gift of time. Steve,
Thank
for your
you.
gift of time and finding Matt.
Absolutely.
Good luck with your paradise conversation.
Thank you.
Thanks. We'll need it.
Okay.
All right. Can we do our pop culture with Cory?
Yes, please.
All right.
Because
Cory,
I have
we
not had
finished-
time to do a lot of pop culture.
Yeah. We finished Paradise Season 2 yesterday. Did you finish it yet?
No, I have not.
Have
I
you
haven't
even-
even seen any of it. Oh, God.
Oh, well, would you like me to just kick Cory out now, Mark?
It sounds like
Yeah,
that may
I
be
mean,
necessary.
Hello? What's happening
I'm
here?
out of the
I don't-
loop. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I guess we can't talk about Paradise Season 2 then because, no spoilers.
Did
I
you?
guess.
So Last time we were here together on this podcast, Cory, we were arguing over White Lotus. Not
Indeed.
arguing.
Well,
I
you were not a fan.
was not
Are you
impressed.
still not a fan?
This is my Michaela was not impressed from the Olympics all those years ago face. Have
We
you
got
persisted?
through. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Did you watch all of them, Cory?
Yeah, we've watched all of them, and it sounds like the new one will be coming out. I think they're filming it now.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I prefer probably the first 1 and 2 seasons over the more recent ones, but I still enjoy it. But
How
tell me
many
about.
are out? Is it 3? I
don't
watched the
even
first
remember.
2 and then I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Okay, fine. Well, tell me about Paradise.
No.
What? I don't even get to.
I will say this. It is like somebody has a giant funnel and the water is spinning around in it, going all the way around, and then it all comes to the center at the end. Maybe is a good way of putting it.
Okay,
Mhm.
that sounds interesting.
And then it takes a wild. I predicted part of it because I'm a sci-fi fan and I kind of saw it coming. But yeah, it takes a pretty hard twist at the end that I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
I'll
it's
add it
not
to the list.
Just a 2-season show.
I honestly can't tell you much
Yeah.
about it because it'll wreck it. It was good. It was good. There was a lot of starts to side stories that ended quickly. Let's just put it that way. It's like, oh, I guess we'll never see them again.
So that is the context. So when we started on this Paradise adventure over a year ago, it was Marc saying, okay, you have to watch this show. It's so good. And the president of the United States is killed in the first 3 minutes. And that's not a spoiler.
No. And
So,
he's in this whole season too.
and so it sounds like it's a flip on this season where the funnel is, kind of doing its thing and picking up its centrifugal force or whatever that would be in a different way than the first season where the like whoosh happens at the beginning and then you unpack it. Would that be accurate?
Well, how this whole thing ends, you have no idea how interestingly you hit it right on the head, but in a way that you don't understand.
I don't yet because I'm still stuck on trying to finish up Shrinking and watching Emily in Paris with a good friend who we have Emily and Abby's night because we have an Abby's pizza here. And so we get Abby's pizza and we watch
Abby's
a couple
Special
episodes
is my favorite pizza in the world.
I'm a hometown.
Well,
I'm a
number 2.
hometown hero.
Yeah, I grew up with an Abby's in Newburgh.
Yeah, I
And
bet.
never really, I just took it for granted
Hmm.
that it was just Newburgh pizza. And then went to college and there was no more Abby's and I was upset.
Yeah, it's pretty good pizza. And my friend likes the Philly.
Well, maybe we should ask Abby's to sponsor an episode because we're basically giving them free plugs right now.
That's right.
And our household growing up was the Abby Special because that was mine. And then my mom loved the linguiça because they did
Oh.
the shaved linguiça and it was just piled high
Yeah.
with linguiça. So we always got that one, which you can find linguiça other places, but it was never like that. It's just little pepperoni things. But funny enough, because we know people, if you remember Steve Finch, who used to sell Discovery
Oh,
Learning
yes.
and Infobase.
The Discovery logo came to my brain as you were finishing saying Steve Finch.
And I don't know if Steve retired, but Steve has always been a good friend of mine. He is married. I think he's married into, or it's his brother, is the president of Abby's.
Whoa,
So he
small
gave me
world.
like a jacket and a hat. And maybe we could really have Abby's sponsor an episode. That would be great.
That would be great.
Move into our first food sponsor.
Do you still have the jacket and the hat?
I think so.
You could come in Abby's gear.
I'll need to go look for it. But
Yeah.
thank you
Yes.
for that, Steve. Years and years ago.
So back to Paradise. I can get started as soon as we finish up Emily in Paris this season, which is always so much fun. And then I have to catch up on Shrinking with my kids.
I have yet to start the latest season, but I can't wait.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yes. Yeah. Even just the reels, like the clips on YouTube Shorts and the Instagram reels are pretty great. Yes. So Cory, you've been a bit busy because
Been a little
we're a
busy.
month out, as we discovered.
I've been keeping her busy. Like, hey,
Or
can
exactly-
you talk? Hey, can you talk? Hey, can you talk? She's like, yes.
I mean, fine.
Yes. Do
So,
you want to take it
yeah.
away? And
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
have a conference in a month, and it is that time of year that the Discord really starts to light up with a lot of people talking. The email listserv starts to light up, and there is quite a bit of, I can't wait to see you all in a little bit of time, because that's our time to get together and be friends and be social. And yeah, so what do we have to look forward to this year, Cory?
Yeah, super excited. Not that I'm counting down, but we're 28 days exactly away, and I think 4.5 hours or something right at this moment. I've returned to the phase where I have conference dreams at night. Last night, I dreamt that I missed the entire sponsor showcase and showed up when everyone was breaking down, and I was like, no, absolutely panicked. It was terrible. So yeah, but I'm very excited. We've got lots of fun stuff planned for the Ted Lasso evening theme. And we're working closely with our wonderful production vendor, RPS Events, on some fun activities and bars and food that we can put out to really make everybody's nights a super fun time. So expect to see lots of Union Jack flags around, probably a lot of mustaches and visors. There will definitely be some of us in soccer tracksuits. It's going to be really fun. And in terms of some of our diamond sponsors, they always have a fun activity that they have at their booth. Expect to see May's Pub, and that's
Can't
the one
wait.
I'm most excited about. I think it's going to be really great. We're going to have some fun kind of, English pub feel throughout the event in the evenings with shuffleboard and darts and photo booths. So lots of fun activities going on throughout the night. We're always looking to improve the layout. It's mostly the same as last year in terms of the evening sponsor showcase. We'll always have the gold sponsors in our big Stevenson ballroom, and then we have our platinum sponsors in the ballroom next door, and then we'll have all of our diamond sponsors spread out throughout those fun little side rooms and out on the pavilion, where we'll have karaoke and our DJ again, as always, DJ Joe Yamada and Karaoke from Hell, the wonderful Portland-based live karaoke band. And we're so lucky to have them all perform for us in the evening. And Rachel, I know you're getting ready for all of your dances in the evenings. We
are. Why are you shaking your head, Mark?
That was me dancing.
Just a little head nod.
Okay, Cory. Yeah, this is Mark, the bob and weave.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yep. I've never seen you dance, Mark.
Well, not to distract from the conversation, but I will be going to a show in Tacoma at the end of this month. So right before ACPE, called Boots and Beats, which is a country EDM mashup at the Elks Lodge at McMenamins. So if anybody wants to join, I went to it last year. It was actually a lot of fun.
Okay, how are you tying this to dancing? That's great.
I danced there.
Okay.
That's right.
We'll have to take your word for it.
Yeah.
We'll get video.
I Mark danced there.
Somebody has it. Mark danced.
It's line dancing, Rachel. It's line dancing I don't want to do.
Oh, it's line dancing there?
Mm-hmm. No, it's line dancing that I don't want to do.
Well, there's a difference between line dancing and group dancing. Okay. There is. Okay, but Cory, take it away. Tell us about...
No, this is a great aside. I love it. One of the things that I was going to say is that for the store this year, our beloved ACPE store, a couple of things we're changing this year that I think are going to be great. We're going to try to manage the line a bit better. We've had this long line that goes down the entire hall. So we're going to kind of put some stanchions in there and direct people through the room. We're also going to have 2 diamond sponsors in that room with snacks and drinks and activities. And so there will be a bit more to do while you're waiting in line. And after you leave the store, you'll have those sponsors right there to visit. So I think that's going to be great. In addition to opening the store during the day for some daytime store hours to hopefully limit the feeling of needing to stand in line for the majority of the beginning of the showcase. So we're hopeful that that will be a good addition this year, having that open during the day. So it'll be open just for like 30-minute blocks, during breaks throughout the conference on Thursday, once attendees have had a chance to gather all their tickets, which, speaking of tickets, they are on their way to be now, and I will begin ticket counting soon. So I'll have to get my little poker visor.
Yeah. We did not do the bank money counting machine that we talked about last year. We didn't find any of those. Okay. Sorry for the ticket counting.
It's okay.
Thank
I
you
need to get one of those little accountant rubber fingertips so I can.
I have the green visor.
Oh, well, you need to send that.
Because why wouldn't I?
Of course you do. So lots of ticket counting to come. One other thing I wanted to highlight is the new conference app that we will be utilizing this year. So big improvement from our previous app Sketch. We are using Visibo this year. So it can be viewed on a web browser, or you can download the app on your phone. And then once you log in with your email or your email and ticket number, you can access all of the sessions, venue maps, and push notifications will be sent there. So I highly recommend either downloading the app or familiarizing yourself with the website and having that available for your use on site. We tend to change session rooms around kind of last minute based on signups. And so it's always helpful to have that app on your phone so we can alert you, if the session room changed or a time changed. And we also send reminders about the evening raffles. So if you're ever wondering where and when those are going to take place, it's really helpful to have that app on your phone and ready to go. So I recommend you familiarize yourself with that. We have a limited amount of information posted right now on the app. I'm adding maps and things every day. So continue refreshing that and we'll have it up there by the conference.
Awesome.
Yeah. We're again going to spread out buffets all throughout the lodge. We did that last year and I got a lot of really positive feedback that lines were much shorter, moved a lot quicker. So just remember that if you are standing in line somewhere for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, there's likely another buffet somewhere. We put them on the pavilion, down on the lawn. We'll have them in the restaurant, in the bar, outside on patios. Fingers crossed for some wonderful weather like we've been lucky enough to have in years past. But we do have backup plans in mind already in case we do have rain. So again, all of those details will be in Visibo. I've said it so many times, in Visibo, and you can refer to that app for all of the meal locations throughout the event. So I think that's going to be great.
Yeah. And in years past, for the comms team, we'll follow a little bit of the same practice where we do a series of emails the week before that have some Easter eggs in them. We'll have a limited number of Discord channels dedicated to the conference again this year. And those Easter eggs are always fun to come up with each year. Just
you
to
keep
keep
saying
people...
Easter eggs, and you're giving me ideas. So
that's right, because the stores still have Easter eggs, probably. Yeah, chocolate candy-coated Easter eggs right now. So now my brain's there also. Yeah. But getting people to read the emails has been a positive addition the past couple of years by hiding some of those special bonuses and special just like fun moments to keep us reading. So we have maybe just like 1,000 questions for Cory in the first day of the conference and not 700,000 questions like some of our years prior, especially in new spaces.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So Cory, if we kind of chronologically run through the conference, and we do this every year, so what should new folks or even our returning folks expect starting with Tuesday? Even though you're not needed to be there on Tuesday, but we have enough people that do come on Tuesdays now that we have an evening activity on Tuesday. So if you want to kick us off there, that would be great.
Yeah, I'd be happy to run through the general schedule. So Tuesday, we have close to 100 people, a little more, that have started coming in Tuesday night. And so we have our trivia and pizza social that we do that evening in the back Adams room in the conference area. And it's very important that you register for this in Visibo. We order pizza based on the number of registrations that we have. There is a limit of 100 people this year. So if you want to go, register. If you want to eat pizza, make sure you register. We ran out last year because we didn't have enough.
We had a pizza miracle last year, and this year we are not going to have a pizza miracle. So make sure you register if you're coming for trivia and you want pizza.
Yes. Thank you, Rachel. So that's really all that happens Tuesday. Folks tend to just kind of linger in the bar and restaurant area for the rest of that evening. So it's always a fun night, the kind of pre-conference gathering. And then everything kicks off officially Wednesday morning. We'll have breakfast from 7 to 9 a.m. The lodge has said that they're going to plan to leave all of the buffets out for a couple hours just to give people enough time, which I think is great. So we'll have breakfast from 7 to 9. And then, as always, we'll have the registration desk open all day, staffed all day. So if you ever have questions or need anything, just stop by and one of our team members is happy to help you. We then have some networking activities that go on Wednesday morning. So we have our golf tournament on the Skamania Lodge golf course. That is from 8 to noon. And then we have lawn games on the front Skamania lawn by the pavilion. They'll do giant Jenga and Yardsie and cornhole. It's a good time. And then we will also have a 5K and a nature walk going on during that time. And then we have lunch, of course, and then we'll move into sponsor sessions. So we have sponsors submit session proposals that the board reviews and approves. And so we have 2 blocks of those sessions that take place Wednesday afternoon before we move into dinner from 5 to 6. And then we have our Gold Sponsor Showcase. This is just Wednesday night. That takes place from 6 to 8. And then we move into our Platinum and Diamond Sponsor Showcase from 8 to 11. And then the Treehouse Campfire Chat / rave that goes on from 11 to 1 a.m. or later. I've never made it much past 11:30 myself.
That's not true.
Yes, it is. Anyway, Thursday, we then have breakfast again at 7, and then we have our first blocks of community sessions. So these are the sessions that all of our wonderful attendees contribute to the conference. And then we'll have lunch at noon. And then we have our keynote, who we just heard from, Matthew Emerzian. That's at 1:30. And then we'll have a couple more blocks of community sessions before we move into our ACPE social and dinner from 5 to 7. And then we have our second night of the Platinum and Diamond Showcase and the Treehouse Rave. And then that's what I'm calling it now, Mark. I think we need to change the sponsor prospectus. I don't know. So, and then Friday, our final day of the conference, we of course have breakfast in the morning at 7, and then 2 final blocks of community sessions. And then we have a condensed business meeting, lunch, and raffle this year. We have heard from all of you that it's, everyone's ready to hit the road by about 12 or 12:30 by that Friday. So we will be wrapping up at 12:30, and you should expect to be on the road right after that. So it's going to be a full few days, but I'm really excited for the schedule that we have planned.
Awesome. If I may throw out a couple plugs.
Please.
We still have some room in the golf tournament for school district folks. About 10, 15 more spots, maybe.
Yeah.
Our sponsorships are sold out, so our sponsors need team people to play. So please, if you have any inclination to golf, get signed up through Bizzabo, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
There's a form there where you can sign up, and I've also sent it in Discord.
Yep. And we're starting a little bit earlier this year, so folks aren't rushed to get lunch afterwards. And again, because I'm involved with the planning of this golf tournament, it's getting even weirder and more fun. So it is not a normal golf tournament by any stretch. We're still playing this. Yeah, we're still playing the 27 holes, the 9 on the regular golf course, and then the 18 on the putting, which will include some fun new pieces in there this year. And even out on the par 3 9, we're going to do a couple of different fun things that people really enjoyed last year, plus a new one. So pretty excited about that.
The standing challenge for someone else to join Owen Craig using just a putter.
But we've got that covered.
Oh, okay. I did not mean to do a spoiler there.
That's okay. We got it covered.
Okay.
More than ever, this year's sponsors to actually have teams and sponsor the holes, we're very excited. They really would like to spend some time with you and have some fun on the golf course. And then the other thing that, as it was put yesterday, is my baby, thank you, Cory, is the Treehouse. Just a heads up for folks this year, we've actually increased the number of sponsors that are participating in the tree houses, but we are moving the whole thing over to the new fire pit. So if you saw the new fire pit last year, it was up and going. It's over where the newest tree houses are, and it's a very large fire pit with chairs that go all the way around it. So we're going to be circling that with sponsors and moving all of the nighttime treehouse activities over there. And yeah, it should be a much, much more accommodating space for the tree houses with more light than we had last year because it was real dark. So
yeah, it should be much safer.
Yep.
We also will be providing shuttles again this year. I didn't mention that earlier. So we will have all day shuttles. There's 4 shuttles that run on a constant loop between Skamania and a variety of the nearby hotels. And please note that once you get the shuttle map, if your hotel isn't listed on there or is a little bit further away, the drivers will absolutely take you there. So don't hesitate to ask them to do that. And then we have an additional shuttle that stays late and will be parked down kind of on the road by the treehouse area this year. So it'll be much more easy to access, and just hop on the shuttle and you can head home whenever you're ready.
They've been really great. Really great.
The shuttle drivers are fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're definitely getting comfortable in this space. And we knew it would take a couple of years, and it's been just better every single year. So
Yeah,
very excited.
we're really not changing a lot from last year. I think that we kind of year 3 found our sweet spot and have figured out a lot of the kinks. So it just makes it even more fun because we just get to think of fun new ideas to do versus like figuring out problems because there just haven't been too many problems at Skamania. They've been really wonderful. So
I'm
I'm
going to knock on
excited to
some
be
wood
back.
now. Knocking on
Yeah.
wood. Okay, great. Well, again, this is my favorite time of the year. There's no question. And Rachel's seen this, all the other conferences we go to, I'm constantly meeting with the vendors and going, are you coming to ACPE? Why are you not coming to ACPE? And then someone else will walk by and go, you need to go to ACPE because it's the best conference out there.
And then I get an email that says, Mark Elliott told me that I need to come to ACPE.
And your response is, we're sold out.
I'm sorry. Add yourself to the wait list, please. But thank you for your interest.
Yeah, no, it's just so exciting. And it was really awesome to meet Matt today. I'm very excited for his message. I think it's going to be so good.
Matt also, not to interrupt, Matt is doing a workshop as well after his
awesome.
keynote. So there will be an opportunity for attendees to have some more one-on-one time if they feel so inclined to dive a little bit deeper into his message.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Well, what else about the conference do we need to talk about?
Selfishly, Cory, can I ask a question that I know we're not going to run through all the things, but is the hydration station back? Does somebody like where we could fill our bottle and get some liquid IV?
Yep, the hydration station is back. That is HPE. They do that every year.
Okay.
They also are bringing a service dog. I think his name is Patrick. I can't remember. That might be wrong. But I think his name is Patrick, and I can't wait to meet him. That's going to be really fun, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of some of the other Diamond activities, so there's going to be, I think, a big open air photo booth. We're going to have, I think I mentioned shuttleboard and darts. We will also have mini golf and a casino room with blackjack and roulette. So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff going on.
So I can positively say that with the theme being Believe It, not every sponsor went with Ted Lasso.
There's a slightly different interpretation of Believe It.
Yeah. So that's who I got to work with, and I'm excited.
Okay.
It's going to be
We'll
fun.
be watching for doing the compare and contrast.
You'll notice. You'll know.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know. There will be no confusion around that.
Yes.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think Steve did such a good job picking out this theme and the keynote and the Ted Lasso tie-in. So I'm really excited. Although, did you hear that the new season that was supposed to come out right before the conference was postponed?
I did not.
Yeah, I know.
It's not. Bummer.
Yeah. So.
Well, maybe they feel like they just couldn't compete.
Yeah. They're like, let's let this happen and then we'll.
It's possible.
To steal their thunder.
A couple of other things on the rave night, since I'm DJing now. I do have a theme picked for at least the first night playlist, which I think was going to be a lot of fun. So come on out for that. Plus this year, we did get some portable restrooms that will be on site. So there will be no need to use people's actual tree houses where they sleep. So that is a great thing that will be happening there as well.
Yeah, if you haven't come down to the tree houses before, I think this would be a really good first year to try it out.
Yeah,
a little bit more of a formalized event. Even if you pop down just to visit the sponsors for a minute. Yep, it's going to be a good time.
Lighting. It's like we're grown-ups this year.
Don't go that far. I don't know about that.
But it is a beautiful walk. I've enjoyed it, right? Like since the beginning, and just the music and
Well, I do, not to
stars,
be
if it's
spoiler
not cloudy.
alert, I think, don't quote me on this, I think Securely's doing flashlights again, and they're a gold sponsor. So they're doing the flashlights specifically so people can find their way down to the tree houses, which is great.
Perfect.
So.
Great. Yeah, be sure to pick one of those up. Yeah, I'm really excited. This is a fun time. There's a lot going on, lots of final details to put together, but it's always exciting when we're this close, and I can't wait to be there in person with everybody.
We are so grateful for you.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, like the magic that you do, and the fact that you still hang out with us is pretty great.
You guys are the best, and it's a pleasure to do. I love it. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year.
Yes. You make it my favorite week of the year.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for popping on and giving us the rundown.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Mark,
thank you, Cory.
I can't wait to see you. Looking forward to it.
Yes.
For this time.
And, yep, all the thanks. all
Yep.
the things.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
so
thank
for
you,
now,
Cory.
Mark, we are
we unplugging?
unplugging? Cory's one of us.
All right. Well, with that, we are unplugging, and
Bye.
we'll see you all soon.
Bye.